Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Check it out, I have these amazing Winnie the Pooh nails to show you today. I just got back from Disneyland in California, my first time there in 25 years. And last time I went when I was 3 and I don't remember any of it. So it was a lot of fun to be able to see it finally. And I took my kids. I have an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old, and they just are at the perfect ages. They absolutely loved it. They had such a blast. So before we left, I made myself some amazing Winnie the Pooh nails because Winnie the Pooh is the best. So I wanted to show them to you. So this is the first time I have ever done a video of my own nails, and I have to tell you, it is one of the most difficult things ever. It is so hard to stay in shot and get, your application right and smooth and everything. It's really hard. So just be warned, every once in a while I go out of shot or I am out of shot for an entire section of a nail and I'll just skip past that part and move on to the rest. So to start here on the first nail, I'm using Glam & Glitz Sunflower, which I'm done with that nail now because I was, well, not done, but with that part, I was yapping about Disneyland because it's awesome. So on that first nail, I used Sunflower. It's got a little bit of a sparkle to it. It's a perfect Winnie the Pooh yellow, so it was so cute. And then here is Glam & Glitz Christina, which is just a true red for Winnie the Pooh's shirt. And this is a color block half and half nail, so I'll put Sunflower on it as well. If anyone knows me, they know I cannot stand having red on my own nails. I just am not a big fan of the color red, and so when I put red on my own nails, it's like hell froze over. So, but I tolerated it, because, how do you have Winnie the Pooh without red, right? So we did fine. But, so this video is part 1 of 2. I did my left hand, this first video, and then my right hand with using my left hand, my non-dominant hand, is the next video that I will post. And my husband actually helped me with the nail art on that one, and he is fabulous, and you're gonna love it. So, and then here I am capping this nail in crystal glass so I can imprint into it. I'm gonna make a honeycomb with netting. So I could have just imprinted into the yellow, but I wanted to have like a little bit of a separation between the yellow and the brown. So I decided to do it with crystal glass instead. So I'm just going to take the netting and dip it in some clear acrylic just so that it doesn't stick. And press that in. See, I'm not quite in shot, but I'm close. And then just gently tease it out of there and let that cure. We want it to cure all the way before I put the other color in so that it doesn't smush together and you keep that nice netting design in it. So this is, dang it, now I can't remember the name of it. It's another Glam & Glitz color. I want to call it Surf, but no, that's purple. Strut, that's what it is. Glam & Glitz Strut. It's this light, kind of a sky blue. I decided to use that on all of the other base nails. And this nail's going to have some daisies on it. Because how can bees make honey without flowers, huh? And these, I think it's from the Naked collection. Those ones are super highly pigmented and they kind of almost are a little chalky. They're kind of hard to work with, so you have to work with them super wet. And then this one is Glam & Glitz Hazel. I was going to use a super dark brown for the honey pot, but this one, it just popped. And it's got a little bit of mild sparkle in it, and so it was, when I was looking at all my different colors, it was too pretty. So I was like, this is the perfect one for the honey pot. So I love that sparkle that it has in it. It's just so gorgeous. And again, work with Glam & Glitz really, really wet to get your application nice and smooth. think this one's from the Diamond collection. I use sunflower and hazel a lot together to make actual sunflowers because they're like the perfect pair. And they're both from the Diamond collection, and they both have the same teeny tiny little fine glitters. They're super pretty. So I started by actually trying to build with these colors, which you can. The Glam and Glitz are strength powders, so you can build with them, but then like I filed and shaped them and everything, and then when I came back to do the nail art, I decided that they were too thin and I wanted to bring them up a little bit. So I ended up capping them like after I filed and shaped them and everything, and then I refiled and reshaped them and everything. So here we go with the honeycomb. I'm going to use the hazel and just make it super wet to just dust it into all those little cracks and crevices for the honeycomb. And then when I went to file off all the extra, I kind of filed off some of the lines right near the cuticle, which you do when you do this kind of thing. So I ended up putting some gems on it, some Swarovski crystals, and those turned out super cute. So just kind of pressing it into the little cracks and crevices and holes and everything, and get that brown in between all those crystal glass pieces. And this one is my Eeyore nail, so I'm using Glam and Glitz Gray. It's just the perfect Eeyore gray. And I did use tips on these. I like to sculpt a lot, but sometimes when I'm doing my own nails and I'm in kind of a hurry, I kind of just tip them just because it's a little bit faster. Get my shape down and everything. I personally am a little faster with tips. I struggle with sculpting sometimes. I love sculpting and I love the look of it, but sometimes I struggle. So again, I was trying to build up the apex on this one, ended up capping it in clear anyway later, but it's all good. And then I went ahead and filed the line in this one smooth. I did a lot more filing than I show here, but it's mostly just to show you that I did actually file it smooth. And then I went in to add sunflower to the rest of the nail. So this video is already 15 minutes, and then doing the other hand, that one ended up being 19 minutes, I think. So since they were both so long, showing you all the nail art and everything, I ended up splitting them. But it works. Whatever works. So there's the post-filing pre-nail art. So apparently I never turned on my camera when I was doing the art for Eeyore. So there's his little tail that I put on that finger. And this one, when I was going through editing this, it turned out apparently I did this Pooh letters at least 4 times, I think, because I just could not get those O's right. I couldn't get the spacing right. It was just, I was struggling so bad on these letters. But eventually we got there, and it was like the 4th try that I finally did it. I ended up putting a layer of gel on it so that I would have a slip layer to work in, because when I do precise hand painted stuff, I like to have a slip layer to work on because it helps kind of anchor my brush to the nail and doesn't slip around everywhere. Sorry, not a slip layer, inhibition layer. So I put like a thin coat of like gelish foundation, I think I used, and then cured it. So now I have an inhibition layer to work on with my letters so that my brush stays anchored. So I'm using Light Elegance Primary White Gel Paint and then my Micro Detailer brush from Young Nails. It's the thinnest, skinniest brush that I have, and I love it. And this is my swirly brush from the Selena Ryden Nail Art Brush series, and Mission Control, Young Nails Mission Control Solar is the color. It's their yellow. I thought it looked very honey-like. So I'm trying to put this line of honey around the cuticle, and then right here I want it to be like a big drop of honey. So kind of moving it around, making a big circle, and then dragging it up. Put another one there, drag that up, and then I'll kind of thicken that top line to connect them all, make them all look intentional. I thought this nail turned out so cute. I was super excited about this one. I mean, the whole set was cute, but oh, the honey. Everything is honey. Seriously, I'm obsessed with Winnie the Pooh. It's kind of a problem. So we're moving on to the pinky finger. So I did 2 daisies on it, but apparently only the first one was in shot. The second one, I just was not paying attention to the camera at all. I got these 3 little petals in on this one, and then I just lost it. And the rest is just me staring at my little purple finger holder. It's like, oh good. But it's fine. So then we move on to the Swarovskis, since that was kind of faint up top on that nail. I felt like it was missing something, like it needed a little something extra. So I decided to add some Swarovskis. And I kind of went overboard. I could have done way fewer of them than I did. I did like a whole huge cluster of them. But it's fine. They were cute. They turned out cute. And this, of course, is the nail that fell off halfway to Disneyland. I was so sad because we live about 10 hours away from Disneyland, and we drove like halfway the first night and then halfway the second day, and the morning of the second day before we got in the car to start driving the rest of the way, we were eating breakfast and that nail popped off, and I was like, no, this is the worst thing that could have happened. No, it's not the worst thing that could have happened, but it was super depressing that I had like the cutest honeycomb nail and it was just, I didn't have it the whole time we were there. But it's all good. It's totally fine. All the glitter, love it. So much sparkle. So that's the full set for my left hand. Go ahead and top these with my Light Elegance Top Gloss, which is a no wipe top coat. And then I'll show you one big shot of all of them at the end. And I hope you will join me in my next video for hand number 2. But seriously, you have to, because you have to see how amazing my husband is at nail art. I'm actually a little jealous because he's only helped me with nail art like maybe twice. This is probably like the second time he's helped me with it, and it's ridiculous how amazing he is. I'm super jealous of his skills. It's not fair. But it's all good. Little Eeyore nail. Love it. And there they are. Here's one final shot of all of them, the whole hand. And then we will see you in the next video when I show you hand number 2. Bye!